I'll be telling you 4 reasons why people fail with their Amazon FBA business. Let's go. What is up guys, my name is Orinn and welcome back to my channel. If you're excited about this video, be sure to give this a big thumbs up right now. If you want to learn more about online businesses and all things entrepreneurship, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Amazon FBA, private label, e-commerce is all the rage for the last few years, and so many people have been making career changes and moving into this industry in pursuit of financial freedom. Why is it that a large number of people are seeing success and at the same time so many people are also failing when they try this? Number 1, never getting started. The first reason why I see so many people are failing with Amazon and also entrepreneurship in general is because they never take that step to get started. This is one of the common reasons, and this ends so many entrepreneurs even before they start. What happens is that people are trying to learn everything all at once. They are trying to master steps of the business which are on a very higher level, so you really need to get started to go to that level, and people just try to learn all of this information beforehand, and this gets very overwhelming and this pulls a lot of people back. If you are like that, then that is great that you are trying to learn everything and taking all these steps, but there has to be a limit for this as well. Having higher standards is good. You can only learn so much before you start, and the truth is that there's no way that you will not be making mistakes. In your entrepreneurship journey, you will be making a lot of mistakes, and honestly the best way to learn is to learn from your mistakes. It is impossible for you to learn and prepare for everything that there is of a business before you have actually reached those stages. Be it dealing with your suppliers, dealing with your inspection of your products, learning your PPC, and even learning and knowing Amazon's terms of service. You'll only be able to learn it better once you're actually doing it. Honestly, the faster you make mistakes, the faster you learn. Now, for example, for you to run PPC ads, first you'll have to select a product, finalize the product, and once you have your product, you can get to that stage. I've seen people come and make launch strategies and PPC strategies even before they have selected a product. Making your launch strategies before you have even selected a product is not practical. Kind of like the shiny object syndrome, where you're trying to learn all of it, everything that you can about Amazon and Amazon business, but you're actually not taking action. Most people would go and do a little bit of product research, and then they'll go to Alibaba and do a little bit of browsing for their products, but they never really follow through. And then there is this other group of people who's always planning and thinking they'll start this particular month or this particular year, and that just never happens. Honestly, if you're never going to launch your business, you're never going to make anything. In fact, every single day that goes by, you're losing money. This is frankly the biggest mistake people make to not get started. Take baby steps, don't overwhelm yourself, but get started. It's important to follow through, stick to it, and when you make mistakes, learn from your mistakes, because you will be making mistakes. Don't quit or end your business or end your entrepreneurship journey, because chances are that the first time you will fail. It is so normal. It takes time to learn and understand any business. Things don't happen overnight. Get started, launch your product, and learn from your mistakes. This will simply make you and your business better with time. The second reason is perfectionism. This happens to a lot of people, and in fact, I also sometimes struggle with this. This is when people get too caught up into making something perfect. They find a product, then they try to upgrade it, they try to add new features, then they try to change the color or the buttons, all these kinds of things. And then even sometimes people get too caught up with finding the right product. They get into this zone of analysis and paralysis, and then they get too confused with everything, and this just keeps going on, and things just keeps getting delayed. It's important to keep in mind and to keep reminding yourself that not to get too caught up with certain things and to take action. For example, you're choosing the name for your brand and you have shortlisted 10 options. You need to give yourself 5 to 7 days max to decide on what name to go for, instead of spending 3 to 5 months on deciding what name you want to choose for your brand. Or for example, you want to start a podcast, so now you want the perfect studio, the perfect mic, the perfect maybe background if you are recording it. What you here need to realize is that you need to write your script and get started. You can always upgrade things later. You can always make things look and sound better. If you're going to spend a year preparing for all of this, then that's a big waste of time, and you might have missed all these opportunities that could have come your way this year. What I'm trying to say is that give yourself time limits and do time blocking. Give yourself a month for product research max, or give yourself a week for deciding your brand logo. It's important to not try to make things too perfect, because there is no such thing as perfect. And as I said, you can always upgrade things later and make things look better later with time. Give yourself time limits, block your time for each different things, and take action. The third reason why people fail is because of getting married to a product. If you want to have success on Amazon, you cannot be getting stuck with that one product that is not working. Oftentimes people get too stuck with the idea of that product instead of seeing what the product is doing, if it's performing or if it's making sales. If this product is not working, then that simply means that this is a bad product for Amazon, and you trying to make it work with putting so much time and money into it is only going to be a waste. If it's not working, it's best to drop it and move to a different product. Another thing is that up until a few years back, a private label was kind of like a big thing where you could just find a product on Alibaba and slap your logo on it, but unfortunately this does not really work anymore. Now there are hundreds of Chinese manufacturers who are sellers on Amazon, and so when they come and put their product on Amazon and you are competing with them, it's very hard to compete. They are the manufacturers and they can list these products with a much lower price point, and it's almost impossible to compete. You need to understand that what they are not doing is they don't create a brand, and that is exactly that you need to do. Create a real brand and don't just slap a logo on these generic products. That just simply doesn't work anymore. You may see some success in the beginning, but it will not really work in the long run. Create a real brand, create loyal customers, create a community through social media, get the influencers to talk about your brand in TikTok, Instagram, have a Facebook group, use the hashtag Amazon Finds on TikTok, and also see what your competitors are doing. When you have your loyal customers leaving reviews, this will help your listing to rank better on Amazon. Create a strong brand identity for your brand, and this will set you apart from those generic brands. And number 4, why people fail on Amazon is bad listing. This is also a very common reason why people fail with Amazon. People do not pay enough attention to their listing and they do not optimize their listing. The very first thing that your customer will see are your images. If you have bad photos and not good enough title and description, then there's no way it's going to work. Images and title both are super important, but honestly, images are everything. People usually see the images, the title, the description, and number of reviews. Make sure your description have bullet points, it has all the information, and make sure it looks clean. When you go to a retail store, what usually attracts you to pick something up? It's usually the packaging, because usually the packaging is like really nice and then you're drawn towards it and then you pick it up. For an online platform like Amazon, the only way to attract your customers are your photos and videos. Even when you're running PPC ads and it's in front of your customers, the only way they'll click it is if it looks appealing to them. If you have poor quality photos that maybe you have just taken from your phone or you have taken from your supplier, then that will not help you in making any sales. On Amazon, product images are all you have to convince your customers to buy from you. They're not able to touch it or try it, so the only way you can convince them to buy it is through photos or videos. I do suggest to add a video as well. This makes a huge difference. It could be a tutorial or an advertisement style video, whatever is best for your product, but this really makes a big difference. Images in your listing should look like you're a real brand and your photos have been taken professionally. If you want to make your photos and videos more engaging, then you could add text or caption to them. You can always hire people on Fiverr to do this. It does not need to be a very expensive photo shoot or anything like that. There are hundreds of photographers on Fiverr, and you can definitely check that option out. Check for listings of experienced sellers and established products and take notes from them and make your listing look as good as you can. So those were the 4 points why people usually fail with Amazon business. But the most important thing is to get started. Let me know in comments below what are some of the things that got you through to get started. And if you have not started yet, what are some of the things that is still holding you back? If this video was helpful or added any value, please give us a big thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in comments below if you have any questions. I'll try my best to answer most of them, and I'll see you in the next one.